My answer, I guess, to be like, if people do the rules is like whether they want to put the effort into it, you know, because there's times like I remember like you see times when like they just don't put the effort because it's too much, you know, like
right. Well, you know,
yeah.
it's funny because you know you forget it's that was a good point, the effort, because it's like police are law enforcement. So if it's not being enforced, then does it even matter? Do rules even exist? Like, you know what I mean?
It's not the cops that do it though with the boots.
They're actually, I believe this is in Denmark or one of the Scandinavian, because they realized with like people paying fines, there's a huge difference between people who like $200 to Bill Gates means nothing. $200 to someone working a minimum wage, is insane. It's life changing. And so what they started doing in this country is like if you get caught speeding, they boot your car, but they take it off after a certain time. You don't pay any fines. Because why are you usually speeding?
Because you gotta go somewhere.
Yeah, and so they go, you were breaking the law. You were going over the speed limit. We're gonna lock your shit down for 2 hours. Then we'll take it off, and you can go.
Do that. I'll take that any
that's
fucking
interesting.
day.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Americans, that's not going to work for Americans, okay?
Yeah, because don't you know that it's time is really the only valuable resource that we all have. How we spend time, how we, and so like really when like
cutting off your time is huge.
And granted, like, and so they've said like speeding's gone down way, but there's obviously times when it thinks like to booting over parking tickets, over random signs that come up where it's like you can't park here from this time to this time. It is all a grab to get money because and it's ridiculous.
It's so fucked.
I just think we're Americans are not feeble like that. Okay,
no.
we everyone has too strong a jaw here to fucking you gonna fuck it, but fuck you. Here's money.
I'm
like
me.
because it's like that's the part of but it's like that's what makes America so great and hilarious. Is because you can theoretically do anything, and if you can just foot the bill, it's fine.
Like you gotta get rich, bro. Like you get there's a certain level of like fuck you money. You can just do whatever you
where
want.
it's like that is literally fuck you. Where it's like, excuse me, you can't park here. Shut up. Here's $100.
I'll park here. What are you gonna fucking tell me? Like you're gonna tell me no?
So that's my thing, because I'm like, we all grow up and you're a kid and you're told, hey, follow the rules. And, there's bedtime and there's eat 3 times a day and brush your teeth twice. I mean, I brush my teeth, but,
I don't.
Don't speed. Don't. Yeah, you break the rules.
But
I'm saying,
he
really doesn't. He just, but I think it's interesting how I used to feel like I grew up and I was like, all right, bad people break the rules.
Yeah.
Bad people break the rules. And then you grow up and then you see things happen and things happen in your own life and you break the rules one time. And you go, okay, well, maybe people break the rules because shit happens or because this or because that. And then you get older and now I'm realizing like, I almost feel like you have to bend the rules a little if you want to be successful.
Dude, I used to think growing up that like I was like, oh, be a good guy. Good guys always win. And then I used to hear that expression, good guys finish last.
Yeah, nice guys finish last.
Now I'm like, fuck that. I will do whatever I have to do. I don't care about, I don't give a fuck about no fines. I don't give a fuck about jail time. I don't give a fuck about, think about it like this.
Bitch, we outside.
Right, exactly. Think about it like this. Like this is a complete fucking 180, but when I started doing coke, right, I didn't realize
here we go
how many fucking people do cocaine because my father was an addict. So I was like, oh, I'm never going to touch it. And when we got into like comedy, you hear about it, all these people,
all the time.
You can't do this, that, and the other, whatever.
A lot of people are frying their brains in the back of the club.
I have so many friends that like went to finance, and so many of them they've told me stories about just like years of cocaine abuse. Yeah. Years of it. Like, I mean, like I expected it in the entertainment industry because that's just our industry, but dude.
Finance, they go hard. And you know what, dude, here's what I will say. What people don't understand is that bankers work crazy hours.
Yeah, dude.
That like, in the kitchen industry,
people,
too.
Dude,
kitchen industry. But like people who are like analysts at like JP Morgan, I mean, they work like 17-hour days, 16-hour days.
Yeah,
like,
because they're watching
for like
the
3
market.
hours.
They live to work. They don't work to live.
Yeah.
People. And like I mean, everyone does cocaine. I dated someone who did cocaine to go work at the Red Lobster.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's why I said the restaurant because it's like
dirty,
this.
dirty industry.
I worked in the restaurant industry for fucking years. I have a culinary arts degree, dude. I had chefs
Talk about bending
that
rules,
would go
fucking
in the
restaurants.
freezer and like you would see like they would all disappear at the same time.
Yeah,
like when it
that's
was
so
slow down
funny.
time.
Yeah.
Or they would like you would see them go on and off, but everybody's
Yeah.
dapping each other up. Why are you dapping up and you go into the walk-in? Bro?
Yeah, no, straight up.
Why you
yeah,
da-
yeah,
like,
yeah.
why
Like, yo, that frozen
Yeah,
turkey's
you
sick
sick
in
I,
there.
the first time I saw it, I was like, I think they're just happy to see you.
Yeah, I'm like,
I was
that's a really friendly environment. No, they're sharing drugs.
You're like, man,
They're
everyone
sharing
here has
drugs.
great business ideas.
Let me tell you something. Linda at Red Lobster, that's doing the best she can, is on mad coke right
Listen,
Yeah.
let me tell
Okay?
you something about Linda.
now. She's
Okay?
done cloping for 3 days. That's a
Linda,
close and open.
Listen, dude, and here's the thing you got to understand because Linda is all of us, okay? Linda gets up every day. She's trying hard, man. She's got 2 kids that don't shut the fuck up. She's got 1 baby. She's
Shut
got
the fuck up.
she's got a fucking car that's booted, and she's at the Department of Finance
She has a
trying
ship
to
that's-
make something happen here. She's got to go to Red Lobster. She's fucking 2 hours of sleep off a coke binge, trying to talk to this woman who's telling her she shouldn't have a car. Listen up.
I bet you someone's gonna comment like, "Well, then don't do cocaine." Well, don't make cocaine so fun. Like that's.
And a lot of people don't even, like, even where I work now, like, there are people from all over. And, dude, there are teachers that come in and will, like, come to my job and be like, hey, do you want a lump? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I don't. Like, I'm
You're like, what is this, the
okay.
Red Lobster?
Yeah,
Relax.
Actually, dude, like, oh, man, I got some stories.
Well,
I
Dude,
get
but,
in this place.
that's what I want to talk about because and restaurants are definitely interesting because you
Yeah.
brought that up too, where it's like you go to restaurants. Restaurants are like the dirtiest place ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I remember working at restaurants, bro, and you would just fucking like first of all, bread at a restaurant, like lemons, limes, all of that shit, bro, is
Yeah.
handled poorly.
A lot of salads.
Salad,
too,
yeah, like lettuce and shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
bro,
It depends on where you're at, but, like, the chain ones are really the ones that it happens a lot.
But I think if you were like, to me, it almost feels like, what is life without bending a couple rules?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Then it
do you
sucks.
think that rules exist? Here's my question: do rules exist so we can have a functioning society and a life and a tribe or whatever you want to call it, or do rules exist so you can bend them and you can feel alive?
I think it's both. I think it's both. I think the core of it is just for the functioning society and shit, you know. But then, like, again, there's a certain point. Like, there's always no one's ever gonna be able to follow the rules. Like, no like only children, and even children, fucking break it. Like, but even if we scrapped every society on the face of this earth and built everything up from the ground up, and let's say it was a fucking utopia, there is gonna be somebody that is breaking the rules, whether how minuscule it'll be or how major it's gonna fucking be.
Yeah.
I mean, like, now, like, all those fucking, I mean, like, it's billionaires fucking do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's
For
also,
no reason, because they have all the money in the fucking world. You literally can buy whatever you want or whatever the needs you have for.
Yeah.
You can buy it. You can buy murder as a billionaire.
Bro, you can.
And there's still fucking billionaires who get arrested for crazy shit like that.
Yeah, yeah, or
know?
like for like money shit and everything, because it's all like, I think rules exist. Yeah, I agree in both. You know, they were, because I think the first couple rules were like, oh yeah, like people are actually, we'll just keep them all nice. Everyone's got to be good to each other, and
Right,
then
golden rule.
rule and then rule and then rule on top of that, because you don't see, because everything operates in the gray, and when you
Yeah.
make everything in black and white, it's not that
It's
simple.
not how
it's
it
not
works,
that
right?
simple.
Right, we index everything, and it's
Yeah.
like, do you think that? So, do you think that rules are an inherent drive that human beings have? Like, as in, you know, you're a human being, you have a drive to eat and to protect yourself and to mate and to whatever. So I'm like, do you think that they're? Because I think that most people and human beings want some sort of order or some sort of like
Guidelines.
idea of, you know,
Yeah.
and I think that's actually why we have so many problems. Like, I think that's why people get lost in beliefs and get like lost in, because I think that the reality is there are no rules and we're all just out here. And like you said, the rules are as good as whoever's enforcing them and abiding by them.
Yeah.
So my question is, do you think that rules are something that naturally happens as human beings get together? Do you think that, like, Because I think about like I remember in history class like learning about like ancient tribes. They had rules, they had hierarchy, like so it's like system, no one unless aliens visited, which I also believe. So I guess that's my question. Do you think that do you think coming in an episode soon?
Yeah, I like aliens.
Do you think that is an innate drive?
I like aliens.
What do you think?
First off, I want to be back for the alien episode.
Oh, you're back for the alien episode. We're going to talk a little bit about aliens now because that's my thing.
Yeah, actually, now.
That's my thing.
Let's make this
Here's my question.
Yes.
Did human beings have this drive to create rules, or were we visited by a
AI.
higher intelligence, AI maybe.
Anunnaki, is that what it's called?
Have you heard of the Anunnaki?
I do believe in aliens. I love aliens. I just feel like humans are a pattern-based people.
There's completely one left.
You're right. They are pattern-based people.
So I feel like it's just like that's where it kind of comes down to. I whether or not we've been visited by aliens, which I do believe we have. I don't think they've been done a lot of like tinkering of shit. Like I don't believe they built the pyramids or anything like that.
Then we're gonna disagree on everything.
And then just been like,
here's what I think. I think that rules grew out of laws of nature. So like in my opening monologue, I mentioned how there's rules in society and there's also rules in nature, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, there's a rule humans can't fly. Call it a rule, call it a law, right?
You were looking at your eye for a second. We said humans can't fly. Like, can they fly?
Can they? Is that one? But I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like there are rules of humans can't breathe underwater, right?
Sure, yes.
Humans have to sleep. Humans have to eat.
Mm.
So it's like.
But then we broke all that.
Airplanes,
scuba gear, cocaine.
What he means is intermittent fasting, YouTube. Yeah. That's what he means.
Cocaine, coffee, tea.
Yeah,
but so I'm saying, like, do you think that? Because I would think back in the day, right? Maybe your rule would be, hey, don't eat the blueberries because Joe died, right?
Yeah. I think rules were born out of chaos, and I think that people needed guidelines to follow. So initially, they wouldn't fucking die.
Right.
And as it grew,
right. Don't eat the blueberry. Don't hang out with the tiger.
There. Exactly. Exactly.
So long to figure that shit out.
And you know what? Wait, I have to go on a tangent real quick.
Do it.
When you said that, you know what I think about a lot of times in my head is that every time like we know something that's poison or dangerous, somebody had to die.
Yep.
In order for us to figure out, don't eat that.
Not somebody had to die. Multiple people had to die.
Not even like cooking chicken. We have to cook it all the way through. We know that. I bet you if someone killed a chicken, they're like, hell yeah, I get to eat this chicken. And they eat it and they're like, oh, dude.
Yeah,
no, I think someone just grabbed a chicken and it was going,
I think about that so fucking often.
I think about that.
Grabbing a chicken by its neck, its dumb body.
Yeah. Like,
and then like,
Shut up!
whenever I look at bridges.
Why won't you die?
Why
my God.
It's not that hard to kill a chicken, man.
It really isn't, Alex. I don't know what chicken you're trying to fucking murder.
Well, a chicken, a bird. I'm talking about
He's talking about a human.
I'm talking about a human bird.
This whole episode, it's going to lead up to Alex being like, I broke a rule.
I broke a rule. You're not supposed to hurt people. You're not supposed to be mean. I was a little mean.
On Reddit do I have to look up to get
how to take a boot off a car? How do I get away with it?
How do I get away? The cops come back.
I think though that rules were
it came from chaos
because people needed something to follow, and then as shit got more complicated, then you have people who are, it's like, all right, well, this guy punched this guy in the face because he thinks he stole his coconut.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's come up with a new rule. Can you prove it? If you can't prove it, you can't hit him.
Yeah.
You can't assume. You know what I mean? So it's all fucking.
Because it is fascinating. Which I guess is what we still do today, right? I mean, like, think about like everyone started vaping, and then all of a sudden they were like, hold on, we got to make a fucking rule about vaping.
A reaction has a reaction.